Okay, you're good.
Let's call it to order. Do a roll call.
Here.
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 Absent. Aaron. That's it, too, right? All need the minutes.
No, you have to approve the resolutions. Is there anything that needs to be added to the agenda or changed?
You did add something yesterday, Fred. You sent that message.
Oh, it was just that, FSA requested that we change from spray to identified. And
That's all they wanted.
Oh, I used to print them.
See that. A motion to accept the agenda.
Also move.
Second.
We can vote on it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Minutes of the last. And we need to sign them once they're approved.
Motion. Yeah, I make a motion. Second minutes. Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next, treasurer's report.
Oh. They're all included in your packet. Any questions on it? Just nothing out of the ordinary.
You go through it.
I highlighted
Yeah,
the
see.
fund. 81,000 at the end of August. I have since paid, Scott Miranda's bill, Scott's bill for spring. It's,
Where's
that's not on these printouts, that was got it approved yesterday. It's right here. $7,059. And this is where he sprayed. And that's his bill.
The highlighter in orange where he sprayed.
Yep, he sprayed everything that's orange. This is his bill.
That's what Scott McRae.
That's what Scott sprayed, yes. For noxious weeds.
Either one of them gonna be here today, did they say?
He was gonna try, but he went on 12s because there was a shutdown or something there. I don't-
Oh, he's at work.
He was on 12s and they're on shutdown, and I think he's on nights. So he was gonna try. I put him way towards the end, he was gonna try.
That's kind of been nice to review that with him if he was here.
Yeah.
Well,
Does he-
he wanted to be here, but. he
Does
wasn't
he keep
sure.
track of dates and
Yeah,
stuff?
that's something.
When he got sprayed where?
Look, it's all on here, and everything. Every date was accounted for. All the way through. And where,
Did you make more than one of these?
no, I didn't. So,
Okay. There's a lot to go over.
it is.
And his bill was how much?
759.
Okay. What was the other balance of the other?
81,000, that's.
Well, that's what's left, but
That's
there was seven-
after this hasn't been taken off yet, 'cause that's into August, and this I just paid this morning.
okay. So there'd be 7,000 off the 81,000. What's the other 37,000 under expenses?
That's how many bills we paid out. That's just for the year. We spent that much more than we took in.
Well, what are they?
Well, that would have been all the chemical. See, that net change, that's
I mean, we should.
that's how much
we-
less money is in that fund than it was at the
Right,
beginning of the
that's
year.
fine, I don't have a problem with that, but I'd like to see something itemized, what we spent that money on.
It's attached. And nobody asked me for an itemized, but
Well, I mean, that's part of being a treasurer, I thought would be bringing itemized what was
well,
spent.
this is what was spent through the year to date. We spent $7,442.40 on employees, that would have been Brittany's salary. $1,260 went to board meetings. Contract, that was paid to Scott Miranda for their other spraying. FICA, it's
Okay,
payroll, it's all itemized.
okay, this
right
is
there.
all itemized here then,
Right, it's just not each individual, it's year to date.
okay,
We've spent 82,000 on chemical.
How much chemicals left over?
I don't know, Scott would be able to say, I don't think there's any left over,
That's what I thought.
he's got it stored out there, if there is any.
we started his place.
Yeah, with his chemical.
That was carryover from spring, is what he told,
It was what was left from chemical sales.
from the spring,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and there's nothing left.
I don't believe there is. You would have to ask him
Sure.
to get out there. Revenue, we didn't have a lot of revenue in. On that other sheet, we took in $4 in August, that's all we got in property taxes. Most of the taxes are already paid for the year.
Yeah, I'll make a motion, I accept the treasurer's report.
Is there a second?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I guess we move on to the agendas. First item of business. Motion to accept Brian's resignation. Guess we got copies of it. Pretty short and sweet.
Read it off.
Okay. To Oliver County Legal, as of today, August 18th, 25, I'm resigning my position as Oliver County Legal. Signed, Brian.
No reasons.
No reasons.
Only his wife is out there, so if you want.
Lucky
Just
guy.
fits all.
Controversy. Wish my old lady was chasing my so much so.
Make a motion to accept.
We had a second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Second is election of new chair due to resignation, Brian. Any nominations?
Nominate Greg.
You're not here.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I won't take
Yeah,
it.
nominate.
I'm leaving.
And you're leaving.
I'm leaving.
When are you leaving?
We have to get out of our house the 21st of this month.
Oh,
So this is theoretically last.
This is it, yeah.
I could sign right under Brian's,
really?
which I will. Because, yeah, I can't be on the board anymore if I'm not living here.
Still have probably be in your suitcase.
Yeah.
Still got land though here.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't know either, I guess.
Just think how much mileage you make.
Yeah, I never thought of that. Holy shit.
100 miles?
You rich guy.
Yeah. I can afford to put gas in.
I reconsidered.
Well,
How about it, Gene?
Well, there's a half of me says no, and it's a big half. And then there's another half that says, yeah, I don't wanna, leave it all hang out to dry.
does this have to be done right now?
Well, I was just gonna ask that too.
I mean, can we advertise to get somebody to take
So
over Brian's?
you wanna put somebody brand new in his chair?
I'm not saying that, but if we get a new member, I wouldn't consider them for president, but he should have a say, be able to vote.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a lot.
You know,
That's three.
And I guess, how is this, well, we're moving beyond that, it's next on the agenda, so, but,
Mr. Chairman, just a quick comment. You're only electing until the next election, which would be in January, so if that makes a difference to you guys. You're gonna have to do elections again after the first of the year, so.
okay,
This
so
is
it's
just
just
to fill,
interim,
this is just to fill Brian's term.
interim president.
Your
Oh,
term is up at the end of the
Yeah,
year,
mine
so
term
you
is up
gotta
too.
apply again.
Yeah.
You said you're going out, who else's is out? Brian's was up at the end of the year, so that is, to fill that position is just until the end of the year, and then they have to reapply again.
Right. That's to fill out and all that stuff, right?
When is my term up? I have
I
no
think
idea.
you got a couple years left. I didn't bring it.
See, you're the longest, I mean,
What?
You're the longest, yeah.
I think I got one.
as much pressure as I'm getting from home, they wouldn't have to worry about me being president if I come home as president.
Yeah, I think I got 2 years left. Next year and the year after.
You gonna hang in there?
I think I will, but 2 years, I'll turn 80, and I think some younger person should
Right, I don't think I can see the
take
point.
over my position.
Byron, this job keeps you going.
Yeah, keeps you up at night, yeah.
You got 2 years left in you.
I would think so. I got 2 years left. I'm pretty sure I don't.
Well, if you guys are gonna hang, I'll accept, you know. But if you guys are gonna jump ship.
Well, I mean, Gene, it's just till the next,
Right.
till January.
Even that long, that's a long time.
You know, I like to stay on, I don't wanna see this program go, we got a good program. And if our weed board goes to hell, that program goes to hell.
Well,
All right, let's do it.
Gene will accept.
Yeah, we need a motion.
Yeah,
I'll make that-
motion.
I'll make that motion for Gene, for chairman.
Going once,
I'll second it.
going twice,
Nomination cease.
going 3 times. No more.
No, you
All
won't.
in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Shucks. Okay, next on the agenda is advertising for a vacant board position and discussions.
I thought we had somebody that applied.
We still have to advertise. We have her application, but we still have to advertise
For Brian's,
for Brian's district.
right,
That's the
are we gonna describe his district?
I don't know that they were gonna just put which district. I think that Alice was just gonna put it in as a board member.
So that would make it at large.
Well, not at large, I just don't think they were gonna specify, and then probably gonna have to shift there.
To Brian's,
I don't know, it
I mean,
depends on who applies.
okay, here's the question I got. If nobody applies for Brian's position,
Well, you could move Darren down there, and Dorothy would be the only one that has an application in, and she could be in the one that he's at large in. But we're still gonna be one short.
with,
well, but we can't advertise for Daryl's until after the first year, right? So am I correct in that assumption?
If he resigns
If
today,
I'm
we
gonna resign
can,
today,
we can resign.
you can advertise next week.
Right. Your term wasn't up at the end of the year anyway.
I have no idea.
I looked it up.
I just keep getting re-upped.
If nobody applies, then you're gonna have to move Darren down to Brian's and accept. You guys don't get to accept anything, it's up to the commissioners, they get to accept.
right, right.
So, okay,
And then
so
Dorothy's the only one right
why,
now.
if we can accept him, why are we even advertising for the position? Isn't that the commissioner's job?
They're advertising already,
Oh, they are.
Oh, they are.
yes.
Okay, then why do we have to advertise?
We are, and just discussion that, maybe
For the
wording wrong, we are advertising,
Okay,
they decided that yesterday
okay,
at the board meeting. We're just explaining how it will work.
okay.
They're doing all this through HR.
Right,
Yeah.
You know, anybody walk in, like, say, I wanna fill it out for a week board, and there isn't an opening, you can fill it out, put it
yes,
on file.
like, do it in the office.
So,
Oh, it just was to specify that the only thing that's open at the moment is the term that ends the end of the year, so it's just a short term, and they have to reapply. the commissioners started that policy when they wanted to make changes on planning and zoning. And now they're stuck with it unless they rescind it and stop doing it for the other boards also. They can't pick and choose which board they're gonna assign it. So that was their decision and they're gonna have to live with it until they change it.
Where is this being advertised through, just center?
Center Hazen, Center Republican, I don't know.
Do they throw in the dollar saver then?
I would have to ask
It
Alice.
wasn't, I don't know if it wasn't a dollar center.
Prior, before
Before it was.
Tony, it was.
Whatever Alice puts in it, I think she puts in it.
Dollar saver. Okay. I thought it would be just definitely for a district, but that's,
I didn't go to the meeting, I listened to part of it
uh-huh.
on Facebook in between interruptions, but I thought I heard them say they weren't gonna specify at-large or districts, just that they needed to be board member applications.
We need a motion on this or anything?
No, it's just an FYI.
Move on, okay, well, wasn't that some discussion regarding vacant weed board officer?
No
We had
applications.
an advertisement and we haven't had no,
Nobody wants it.
None at all.
we've had a couple really unqualified people, so.
So were they interviewed at all by anyone?
No,
So how could you say they were unqualified?
If they're qualified or not.
What's that?
How could you say they're unqualified if nobody interviewed them? They don't even know,
we don't.
oh, and you, shot them down right away, okay. Glad I agree that.
Yeah.
They got shot
I
out.
thought that was a board decision,
No, this was a liability position.
liability.
Can't discuss that on this. It was,
Why not?
it was not,
People wanna know what's happening.
Yeah.
I mean,
no,
I got a question. Who decides if it's a liability?
the risk manager does.
Oh,
It was,
So in other
it
words,
was just good.
in other words, we,
They wouldn't have passed a drug test, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Didn't know you had to have one.
No, but we can't hire somebody that obviously needs one, okay? So that's all I can say. I won't qualify. I don't even have a license anymore.
I had a board decision. I really did.
It is, except when something like that occurs. So, I don't know if the ad is still in there,
No. I haven't
It's
seen
just
it.
seen forever,
so
so.
we probably need to put a new ad in.
Yeah, add something to it, like a new pickup and that type of stuff, maybe get some takers.
New picking, like buying new pickup?
Yeah.
wasn't steal it.
Do we have, do we have that in the?
I mean, we didn't get any applications the last time we had it out there. I mean, we should kind of, nobody's gonna apply for a job if they don't have any idea what their salary or what their duties are.
Yeah, the salary is something.
Well, the salary is, you guys can hire people, but the salary is up to the commissioners, so currently it was $7,000.
And you ain't gonna get nobody for $7,000.
Well, maybe for a couple of weeks. I mean, nobody will take a job they offer $7,000.
Well, it's not a full-time job, so.
I would say it's part-time.
Yeah, there was nothing put in there as far as pay.
No.
I don't know, I haven't got the ad anymore.
I saw it, but there was just advertised for that position with no other description than it was the Oliver County weed officer, with, I don't know if there's any requirements as far as, licenses or anything like that. I can't remember if there was, but there was nothing for wages or anything like that.
Yeah, it was just for a weed officer, there was no qualifications specified.
It's kind of tough for us to do something to advertise for anything if we can't make a decision on what their wages would be or what their duties would be. I mean, if we want to fill this position, we should be able to at least advertise for some kind of a wage, or if it's a part-time or whatever, and to give the people that a way to decide if they are interested in this job.
You have to talk to the commissioners, they're the ones that set salaries.
Well, I mean, okay, we're a weed board, we're hiring our employee.
But we don't get to set salaries, we don't even get to set our board fee. That, they set that too, that $45. We don't get to do
I'm just, you know, if, I guess I'm starting to look at this like, what is even our function?
that. Go to meetings, listen, send the cost share program.
Well, I mean, we are basically, all we do is get to decide the cost share program. We can't decide who to hire for,
No,
weed control officer or
we
anything
can
like
hire,
that.
but we can't set salary. The commissioners can't hire a weed control, we can, but we cannot not set salary.
Can they,
You can ask.
can they
and-
publicize the salary in the applicant?
You can, but you have to get it approved by the commissioners, and this is budget
Do
time.
you know what Seaford gets for Mercer County?
Started at like 70,000.
How much?
70,000,
70,000.
yes.
And he's not a part-time employee, he's full-time.
He's full-time weed control
Well,
officer.
can't afford that, can't afford to put gravel on the roads.
It's a lot more than $7,000.
He's full-time when he's on the spray.
Well, he goes out and sprays and everything.
Be nice to have one of those guys, you know.
Well, we're gonna have to need something because there's a couple of people in my area, district, that wanted to hire somebody, but there is nobody to hire in the county. You know,
I think, you know, if Scott would show up, you know, a lot of questions toward him as to, you know, if there is he feels there is a demand enough out there to, you know, have a service like that, push for that agenda to, you know, do so.
it's getting more so,
Back to
even
this,
in the Earl's district, if he's leaving, you know.
are we gonna advertise again? We're gonna have to also.
I'll get Alice to put in,
We're gonna, hope you had the damn thing in front of us, a few things we could change in there as part of job description.
Well, just, you can make something up and just
Yeah.
email it to me or take a picture of it and send it to me in text.
All right, yeah, and off the top of my head, I don't know where to start. Some incentive of some sort, you know.
Yeah, I don't know either. This probably wouldn't be a full-time job, it'd be a part-time job.
Yeah. Any more discussion on that?
Well, we can advertise for it. I'm sure we'll get the same results as we did last time.
We'll do
I
that
mean, I guess,
till the next meeting.
And I'll just make sure Alice gets an ad in.
I guess we should have to talk to
we gotta talk to the commissioners, but I mean,
The next meeting is, October,
Second Thursday?
would be the second Thursday. No, it's not, it's on Tuesday, it's the seventh.
There's one on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's switching tomorrow.
Okay, we'll do that. Should we just skip to these people here so you don't have to sit here all day?
Somebody
You
else,
guys wanna do that?
of course. Maybe everybody copy.
Yeah, copy
I
that.
emailed it to you too. Put copies in your packets.
everybody.
I mean, everyone.
When you guys were concerned about visiting these sites,
We did our site visit.
on these two maps,
That's why we sent the maps to you.
right,
Yeah, we did a preliminary determination, so when we did a whistleblower call, on program enrolled, these are participants in our farm programs, our regular farm programs. And the participant is obligated to manage erosion, noxious weeds. You know, they have, in order to be a participant or enrolled in the programs, they have to hold up their end of the deal, and part of that is controlling the noxious weeds. FSA is limited in our ability to identify noxious weeds. Like, we don't have the technical capacity to identify the weeds. I can drive by and do a preliminary and say, I see there's weeds in there. To me, as an individual, as the CED for the county, they look like, for example, Canadian thistle. It looks like leafy spurge. But I can't move forward in our process of assessing any fees or fines to participants unless I have a technical determination by someone that provides a service for that. Normally that is, would be an enforcement officer, a county weed enforcement officer. I know in Oliver County, we currently don't have someone in that position. So that responsibility would fall somewhere, and that's kind of where we didn't know where to go to get that technical assistance. So we're limited right now on the action that we can take moving forward without having someone that has the knowledge that can identify these noxious weeds for us, or say they're not noxious weeds. That's the other case that could come up.
right. And these two here were both confirmed now, they're done.
No,
I had called in on this one to talk, and I had verified it.
yeah, it's the other one that we don't know what we're supposed to do.
Right.
Nobody will give us a technical.
See, I was under the understanding that, Darren and Dave were going to that particular
I thought they
location.
were. I think Dave,
How's that?
Did you check this out?
I checked the one out.
I think Dave did, but he's not on the weed
Yep.
board. I don't know. Darren, yeah.
I had confirmation on a phone call.
Right.
Somebody had
That
told
was
you
me.
that
Well, that was in my district, and I drove over there.
Yeah.
And then the other one was not in your district, and, I forwarded it, and then they said that, Darren and Dave were gonna go down there.
Okay, we're awaiting a response on that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was on, talked to
Dave
Dave.
didn't call you.
No, I know there was mention of it yesterday.
He told me to call.
I didn't work this morning.
No, he told me to call me last week.
I talked to Dave and all Dave told me was that it was going to get addressed potentially at the weed board meeting. But Dave doesn't have that authority as
I know.
a commissioner, so that's where we're at.
Aaron was supposed to go with him.
It was
I
in
don't know.
Darren's district, and, he's not here to give us.
Yeah, is it in large district?
Right, it's,
Yeah, actually, it was Dorothy's district, but yeah, I was under the understanding they were going, and you made mention that if Darren didn't go, you were gonna go.
Right, and Dave was supposed to come get me, and he said, yeah. He didn't show up. I didn't even know what he said.
Yeah, if,
This is one of this.
so we can clear like what our expectation would be for us in case this moves like through our appeals or up through our chain of command. If this had to go somewhere as far as these, like this is a noxious weed violation, and we start to make an assessment against someone's payments for it. It works similar to a judgment where we would reduce a potential payment down for basically every issuance of a letter that we would send. We would reduce the payment, and that could potentially get appealed up through our appeal channel, and we would need these as a response. It would be the best if we could get them in writing at least signed by the board. If you had a weed enforcement officer, then they would come signed by that officer, just so that in the future, if someone else reviews these cases, that it would be from an authority that can make the determination. So I know that you had responded over the phone, but.
Right, but I
Writing if we-
hadn't planned to drive to town for, over here for that reason, so, but, yeah, I see where you're coming from as far as having a signed document for that, yeah.
We get these every year, this is not
Right,
something,
yeah.
Kale and I have done these every year that he's been here.
This is the first time that, through you people that have actually had to, see the complaint and verify what it actually is.
Rick, did you deal with any of these?
Okay.
Basically, what the weed control officer's job is to determine what the actual weed is. If it's a weed, it's on the noxious weed list, and then we determine acreage, even though if it's spread across multiple parcels of that land. We come up with an accumulative amount of infested acres, and it's basically signed in what the findings were by the weed control officer at that time, and then I would report those back to FSA office, and then they would take it from there. But yeah, that was the process.
Do you have any idea what weeds you were looking at?
I would say.
Preliminarily.
Yes, in a preliminary, it would be things like on those two parcels, I think was primarily Canadian thistle.
Okay.
Lots and lots of Canadian thistle. So,
Pretty much solvable from what I see.
Mhm. yeah, it's stuff that's not been managed.
So from where I come from on this, I should have something given to you guys in written.
If you could, and
Yeah.
and oftentimes it could be just on that map. So we send
Okay.
all that is just a section map. So there's no identifiable information on there. There's no participant names. Just the legal description in the map. We identify in that red boundary the fields that were affected and where we would like the determination made. And in the past, I would get that map back oftentimes with just a note and the signature. I worked with several weed control officers across the state.
And
Not
this
just in
map is
Allenheim or
all cropland, isn't it?
It wouldn't, not necessarily all cropland, but there's not going to be any indication that there's a land use on there, on these maps. These are just basically as generic of a map as you can get, just so that we don't spill any information that couldn't be shared publicly. We do work with PII, so we try to maintain everybody's privacy as much as we can. So it comes down to just that legal description, and then we identify the parcel we would like to have the determination made on. And like I had said, it could be as simple as you've identified in a few circles estimated acreage of this many noxious weed type, signed when your visit was there, because the dates are important for us.
You have to date that phone call?
Last Tuesday.
That's Tuesday.
The second.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that, and I just turn that into you. I was unaware of all that, okay. I thought my voice over the phone would be sufficient enough, but I guess so not. All right.
I did take good notes on the conversation, and it would have worked. It would have worked in this case, but just moving forward, if we could get them.
There was an attempt being made, and then he was, putting in one line and then back to see what. Okay.
Yeah, I've in the other counties that I've worked with, when we get a complaint through the FSA office, and I bring in the weed control officer just to notify them that there's been an issue identified, and then sometimes there's enforcement on the county's side, sometimes there's not. But at the minimum, just the identification and that technical assistance is what we need in order to move forward.
Yeah, it gives us a little better view of what we actually gotta do. That means we don't have an officer on this guy in there in the gray area on it, so.
And that was why we just kinda gave it to the courthouse and didn't pick and choose where we thought it should be or who it should be, or that's why it was where it needed to be.
No, I appreciate you coming verifying, clearing that all up, it's nice. Yeah. We get us an officer in here and we can,
Who's gonna go out and check the other one that isn't verified yet? I don't know
Something
where
like
it's at.
this, we can decide as a board too,
as far as,
as the noxious weeds. That doesn't, that he's not doing anything.
Yeah, we could, enforce a fine or
Yeah.
something like that if he
Still,
doesn't take
it
care of
still needs to be inspected.
and basically you just wanna drive by and confirm is what you're after. And a date and one. I'll talk to Darren, it's in his district, I'll give him a call and see if he's got time to run and do it, and we'll go from there with it. Everybody's pretty busy right now, but this has been going on, this is the 15th of August, and it's been signed, so yeah. Alright, yeah, I'll do that, and we'll go from there with it. I like the check is in the mail, So,
Hey, it, like you said, cleared the air for everybody as far as expectations and even for us. If you guys have that capability to go do it, then now you know and we know.
okay. I'll do that and I'll get back with you as far as.
Thank you.
That's kind of the end of that one. Is happy with it, okay. And where were we? We moved to, we jumped cost share for the fall program.
Well, there'd be no reason to.
I don't know that we need to. We did have a letter sent it to me.
Yeah,
I printed it.
There'd be no reason to have, there's no.
I don't think so anymore. We're through our first frost in areas and there's some,
Kind of
some
late to
spraying.
spray.
A little bit, so there's some new spurge that's springing up. If we get some rain here this weekend, it'll probably change a few
So you're
things.
kind of the thistle, it's
Yeah,
about this time, and that's good time to spray.
right, all of that. But as far as getting this all up and going and running for a fall cost share program, I think it's out the window. I don't know what you guys think. I mean, yeah, it's sad to say that. I wish the hell
I
we
don't
had
know
it.
that we've done a fall cost year for quite a few years.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would
not
just kind
aware.
of, just strung out the spring one.
So much for Alan, and then the leftover we did discuss,
Yeah.
and then.
We have to ask him for sure. I don't know
Right,
that there's
yeah,
any.
if he makes up appearance, we've got several questions. Next one was discussion of the spring, summer spray season, that was, that's good. Talk to Scott on that.
Yeah, that's.
And then- And how he did on the county right of ways and what his take on it was, if it's, effective and that it's necessary. I'd like to see what he's seen. I don't drive all over the county, especially that much, to see what's out there.
He covered a lot of territory for $7,000.
He did, I did see, there was projects out
I'm not gonna say anything.
What's that?
I'm not gonna say anything.
You normally don't.
I know.
It's your last time.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, no sense. We move on to the tag grant, I guess. And a little brief about that is to,
grant of 10,000. Our share is $3,333.33. So we can do $13,000 project.
And overflow.
Near the bottom.
Yeah, no. Yeah. It was.
So the board's gonna get 13, or can spend 13,000, or get 13,000 for nothing. But,
It has to be acceptable expenditures, It's up to
yeah,
equipment or whatever that
I think we got equipment we don't need.
exactly.
I'm wondering if, that shouldn't be put out on bids to get rid of it.
Probably, I mean, we can't use it.
I mean,
We
nobody,
can't insure it.
well, that's what I was
That's
thinking.
the
That's-
problem that nobody was aware of,
Right.
that if we use it, both of our insurance carriers said they will drop us immediately, and we have no options then. And
And
I was
what
surprised.
items would they be?
Well, there's 2 4-wheelers.
Four-wheelers, the spray things,
There's
jackrabbits or whatever they were.
there's a sprayer on the one,
This stuff's going in the county shop.
Yeah, they have it in the cold storage.
what are they, Rick?
There's 2 4-wheelers. There's a Jackrabbit sprayer that's hooked onto both of them.
Is that the ones that kind of sat
Yeah.
on them?
And then there's also the new one that we bought last year, which is a 75 gallon. It goes into, it was designed to go in a quad.
What?
What's the name of that?
That one, I don't know. It was made by Warren Chemical Company out of Spearfish. But that's brand new. That's,
That 75 gallon is from Warren.
yes. It's a very good, well-equipped sprayer.
Right. So are the Jackrabbits are from the same source, correct?
Yep.
Would
And then
it be
there's an old
Agra
one.
spray, would it?
What was that?
Agra spray?
Don't know much about that one. But yeah, I don't know what the name brand is, but they're assembled at Warren Chemical. That's where we got it from.
Yeah, I think that's where Agra, well, there's Interclass also. They're made in North Dakota.
Yep, there's and then there's an old 15-gallon sprayer that we never really used. It's got a lot of dust on it because it never really worked right. Then there's also the a 75-gallon pull behind that goes on a 4-wheeler.
It has an engine on it.
Yes, it's got a Briggs and Stratton, I believe, or a Honda motor on it, self-contained motor.
Is that got booms?
How many
It's a
gallons is
booms. That's a 75 as well. It's a pull behind.
That other one, the 12-volt system, that's 75
Yes.
gallon.
Yes.
That boomless also.
Yes.
If something happens with these, is the county liable? Like say with the pull behind?
We can't use any of them.
We can't use any of them. Even we as board members could use them.
Our employees can use them. We can't rent them out,
Oh,
and that's what they wanted to do. We can't rent them out or we'll lose all of our insurance coverage.
Yeah, we have no desire to rent them out. I mean, that's
Well, they had talked about it at one
Right,
point,
we discussed that,
and then the
we
insurance
come to a
company paid it,
conclusion,
and
where it's not gonna work, we're not gonna do that.
not even letting someone use it is.
No, we're not going
And
there.
this equipment is down at the county shop?
It's at the county
Yes.
shop, yes.
So,
Then there's also a UTV 2-wheel trailer that we have to.
oh yeah.
That's parked out at the county shop as well.
Stuff been winterized, I suppose it's in cold storage.
Actually, the sprayers have not. There's nothing in them to winterize
They
at this
haven't
point.
been, they were winterized when they were put away
Yeah.
initially, right?
Right.
They weren't, none of them were used this year.
What about the four-wheelers? Do they need like seafoam or something in the tanks?
Too late probably now.
That
It's
hasn't
supposed to burn premium.
Yeah, wouldn't be a bad idea. to
Actually,
run
they've always had premium gas in them.
put some additive in and start it on it too before weather. Shouldn't be a bad idea.
They've always had premium gas run through them.
What are they? The four-wheelers?
Was it a Rancher 425cc is the one, the blue one, and is it a 550? Is it a Kawasaki or something like that? The new one is a different brand.
And the side by side?
We don't have a side by side. We have a sprayer for the side by side. We don't have a side by side though.
Okay.
And they are gonna, if we don't make it, move these sound or anything, they are gonna stay there for the winter. They're,
Yeah,
they're under
they're
a
on
roof.
the way. They're on the way side of cold storage. There's no chemical there though, because nobody has a license.
Well, gotta get the weed officer, you're gonna need
I
some.
mean,
But not two. Unless.
Well, unless you hire someone.
Unless I hire somebody. But they're not gonna, the county's not gonna go for $70,000 per season.
No, not at all.
Not even come close.
Kind of struggling when working with that 3% cap the legislature, to be honest. We can only levy $21,000 more than we did last year, so it has to get spread towards the admission. And they're looking to cut
Maybe
as
they
much
can
as they can.
drop the wages. Then what? People will quit,
Yeah, real quick, they have to look for new people.
and that's what they want. I know.
Nobody's overpaid here, so.
I didn't say anything. So,
Yeah.
I kinda like that little deal in the, where the operator would completely demolish the, or the skid steer.
I never heard that.
So it's in the minutes of, was that July? I mean, it's long gone, but, you can,
That was a brand new one, wasn't it?
no, well, I don't know, it must have been pretty new.
We bought it last year.
Oh, that was old. But it costs more to fix it, they leased a new one from Butler, that's what it said. Because that one was
They
so beat.
sold it yesterday.
Well, they did,
They had it out on bids.
how much did you get?
$20,900.
It was that bad? That it was totaled?
It was, dealership offers us $1,600 for scrap.
Yeah, good, whatever he did. Holy smokes. I suppose back to
Yeah,
this tag thing, this is here if we wanna purchase something toward.
Well, it's something to think about. You wanna have another meeting later on or whatever,
Yeah.
but that's money that has to be spent.
it has to be spent.
Well, yeah,
Well, I mean, to get the 10,000, we gotta spend 33.
Yeah. This we have to have by,
I think next year,
7th, July 1st.
next year, that's a grant.
6/30/27,
So it's 2 years.
Okay,
2 years.
6/30. So we have 2 years to decide where we're gonna spend.
Yep.
Tree. Yeah. I'll make that a little more easy. Let's figure tonight we have to go to bed thinking, oh, we're gonna spend all that money.
Christmas presents.
Well, you want one, too.
Vacations,
It could be spent on anything,
It says here,
anything pertaining to the noxious weed program.
right, machinery, equipment, computer, hardware, software, training. System weed control,
Then we wanna sell stuff.
yeah. We'll buy
The only thing that would pay for a weed patrol officer though, I don't think we can do salary out of it.
Yeah,
Rick
that
might
would be
know. I don't-
nice.
Maybe Rick knows, but I don't
How
think
about
that would
it?
count.
You can't be used for selling.
Yeah, no. How about toward a drone?
Drones would count.
Drone would count.
You should have
You could be a drone operator. Flying those.
When you crash it, then what?
You gotta walk and find it and
You know,
don't come back.
if you crash it, you don't go look for it, because it's usually dead. Those things can handle at high speeds.
I think it'd be an asset.
I've got one. If you get one, get an expensive one, because the cheap ones, there's just a breath of air, blows it into the next county and destroys it. Like, yeah, you have to have
So
one
what do you
in your
use it
stand
for?
somewhere. I used it once and then I had to retrieve it, and I went, oh, I'm not doing this again.
So what would you use it for?
So I didn't have to walk down the bar hill and check the trees, or climb up on the ladder and check my roof. Or I could go, fly it out and check my weeds, and I got tired of fetching it.
If you ever put your house up for sale, they'll come to girl and take pictures.
And the phone did Those are starting to be used more and more, I think, like in the creek lines and stuff.
Well, actually, I know a guy that's, they spray for people.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was
And I
getting
asked her, how much, she said, they hold 15 gallons.
Okay.
And I said, so how many acres? Said 3.
That's $5 an acre, I suppose, so.
And I said,
There was
how can you ever get anything done?
I don't know,
And every 3 acres, you gotta come back and
Yeah.
fill.
Oh, mine was just one of those little
How many
bitty
gallons?
ones.
15.
You get a lot
There
done.
was a 50
I got 65 gallons.
130,000. You got the trailer and the drone, but I don't know how big the drone was, it's a bigger one.
Well, they got them huge,
No, they're spreading more and more. You made
We
mention
dropped off
that.
some people with drones.
What county is it?
I'm out the Rockford City,
Yeah.
Dunn County, Kinsley County has got
Yeah.
an applicator that's
Yeah,
got a lot of people hired.
Sprayed a lot of rough country with one of those.
Well, that makes sense.
That'd be nice farm to run the Otter Creek with. A drone. Well,
Gonna have to do that next year.
well, you're gonna be 80.
No.
You know.
And I won't be spraying anymore.
Well, you could sit on your porch.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
With the video screen there.
You know, yeah.
Then when the battery just spot gets dead, then it comes back home.
Yeah. There you go.
They do. I know, this guy said that, when the battery gets just so low, it just comes back home.
They return.
Or it comes back and parks in
Yeah.
the charger and recharges.
What neighbor is gonna shoot it?
It's against the law to shoot them. Unless they're in your yard, looking in your window, you can shoot them then. But, yeah, you can't just shoot them going over your house.
Are you gonna resign?
Oh, yes,
Okay,
can
so
sign
I'm
this for you.
gonna make sure I have Alice
just,
advertise.
I'll do
I thought you were gonna do like a 6-page deal.
it.
Are we on other business or?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, well, cost share program, I mean, that's
What
next
was that
spring.
one? For next spring.
No.
I don't know, you had mentioned it, I don't know what we don't have, carryover or pre-buy, you might as well just wait till the letters come out in the spring from Nutrien.
Who did they send them to?
What's the date?
I got the last one.
Did you generally get them, Rick? When you sent them out?
When the bids come
That's the
in,
first time I
The
ever
cost
got one.
share things for the spring year.
That's the first
to
time.
send out to the landowners, you mean?
No.
Or
You used to get them,
we
right?
used to get bids,
Bids, yeah.
From-
What time of
yeah.
the year was that?
usually March, April, first, yeah. We usually try to have them in by the 1st of April and have a,
Did you have to request bids? Cause
yes, we have to request
Bill
bids.
sent this, just sent it out as a call thing. And
Right, he wanted to know if we wanted to purchase if the weed board wanted to purchase chemical this fall at the reduced price before price increases.
But we'd have.
So you got till September 30th to order, but you do have to take delivery of those
It
chemicals
just doesn't
And
look
store it.
professional.
and store it. Yeah.
It does
Not
not.
happening.
I saved paper, see? That come down another tree.
I didn't see it.
Oh,
And I printed this in Korea, it did good. I know. I probably should have put Oliver County.
Sad day.
It is.
We go across the street.
Yeah.
You got the date on there?
Yeah.
yeah.
And you won't get paid for this meeting.
Yeah, it's the end of the meeting.
It's the end of the meeting, so it's not a problem. Well, the commissioners are talking about, they wanna drop this to a 5-man board,
I don't think they're gonna do anything.
This,
be a board, yeah. It was on the, that was part of the meeting.
Yes, it is.
Right, Rick?
They mentioned it, but
What they said is that they want to make sure that the weed board has a role and they will take a recommendation from the weed board. They do not want to make that decision as a county commission.
they listened to what. On that note, I'm also resigning. The secretary job has taken me 20 hours in the last week, and I've had to do it on my other job
We
duties.
can just take the money for that.
I can't do it. I don't have the time. These reports took forever, all the papers to compile, and I've been on the board 26 years. I'm just tired. I had to cram all this in and not get my other work done to do this.
You have to put your other job, but
Well, if I can afford health insurance, I would retire. I will make sure that this gets typed up and finished out, but you guys are gonna have to. You're gonna have to advertise for 3 people. I just can't. I am so backed up at work here.
Just give them a treasure report.
No,
I'm so sorry.
I'm done completely.
not the weed board though.
Yes, the new one too. So I'll just make sure she advertises for 3.
2 and then an officer is what you did.
Brian,
Oh, yeah.
Daryl,
Yeah, that's right.
3, and a weed board officer.
So it's perfect.
Yeah.
Spirit tempting. And we have to come together for secretary.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I'm in a position of that right now.
You know, for the new secretary, it's a lot of, it is literally a lot of work. I spend a lot of time getting all the reports done and my other job's off the plate, and I got really behind.
we're gonna have the auditor do a little more.
She's got her own work to do. I'm stopped. We got an election coming up, and now I have to learn all new machines. So we got all new equipment.
Oh, voting machines.
So
Can we still mail in our ballots?
we can do absentee. We're going to try to move from vote by mail, which is what they went to as when COVID was around. And then we had to do vote by mail that year, and then they relaxed that, so you could vote in person here, or you could absentee vote, which is essentially the exact same thing as vote by mail. The problem with vote by mail is we have to buy special envelopes now this year, and we have to send an application to every person in the county.
Mhm.
So that's like 1,500 envelopes we have to stuff, plus pay postage on, and it's an expense that we're trying to do without. So I think
Do we need a
they talked
motion
about
for
it yesterday.
your guys' resignation?
Probably,
We're gonna take that today.
commissioners,
Gonna drag this out.
Well, we could, but I don't know, well, yeah, we could.
Do we have a motion to accept the two resignations today?
Also move.
And I'll second.
Favor?
Aye.
I can go.
Oh, I couldn't vote.
Motion to
Yeah, you
adjourn
can
is
vote.
No, I was,
Well,
I already turned it in.
Not yet, Tina. What are we gonna do as a board? You know, I've had some complaints in my district with Spurge, Wormwood,
Can we do this?
you know,
Is it on the right of way?
no,
It's inside fence.
Yeah. and it's terrible.
I don't know, what did Rick usually do? We find $9.
Basically, I've got, if any of you guys want, I've got templates that it's a matter of just finding the section township range and indicating that what the weeds were that were present, that you verified it on a specific date. And because you don't have a weed control officer, what I would, my thought would be is you could bring it to the board and let the board chairman sign off on it. Those need to, it's just a signature. And then until you get a weed control officer, that's probably the route you may want to take. But if you want the template, it's really just a matter of plugging in the weed, the section township range, an identification, and then when they need to reply. And but yeah, it's not super complicated. I think what your problem is that do you have somebody that's willing to sign it? So maybe as a board, you can decide if you want just the district person to sign off on them, or if you want to bring it and get board support before you sign the names at the bottom. I mean, that's up to you guys what you want to do. But the form template is available. I'll get that to whoever wants it. That's fine.
I don't know. Some of this stuff is a little bit too late to do anything right now.
There's no sense in spraying it, but there should be something that you mow down.
Right, and cut it anytime, you know. That way you'd be ready in the spring for spraying.
If you think of it as a Canada thistle, actually the best time to do it is at the rosette stage. And so if they did do any means of control, it'll probably be back in the rosette stage here, probably this time of the year. That's actually not a bad time to do it. Your problem is that you don't have chemical available for the cost share program right now. And so options are not limited to spraying. It could be mowing too. You could put whatever requirements you guys as a board want to do, and give them 2 weeks to do something.
Well, right now with that rain coming.
Yeah.
It's supposed to rain. I think I had it in time.
Inch and a half. I think I've heard that before.
Yeah, if you cut it during a rainstorm, Canada thistle is actually a hollow stem plant that the rain getting into the stem before it heals up actually most of the time will kill it.
Does leafy spurge do the same thing?
No.
Does that have all? No.
No.
No, it's full of that.
And when that spurge, whatever comes out is kind
And
of
the
greasy.
spurge is all seeded
It's kind
under
of
it,
greasy,
you know,
yeah.
so it's,
There's some new stuff coming.
yeah, it,
Um,
I don't know, the wormwood is seeded out too, you know, so.
what do you feel you want to do there? You want to get a template? And, no.
Make new neighbors, friends.
Yeah. I don't wanna mention no names, but you know, what do, you know, it's getting away.
Let me make a motion to adjourn.
So move.
I'll second it.
Okay.
All right.
You, okay.